What's up, family? This video I'm bringing to y'all the 12 steps of letting go. Letting go is one of the most important things that you can learn and achieve in this life. I always said this for about 3 years now. The two most powerful words I've ever heard in my life was to just let go. Letting go can help you, can open your eyes up to many things that life has to offer. And in this great book that I'm writing, I've written down 12 steps to letting go. Let's get right into it. Now, people have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. And that great quote just says that people would rather suffer because they're too afraid of the unknown. That fear is what is holding them back. And this is why you shouldn't fear anything, because fear is just an illusion. Fear is doing nothing but holding you back from your full potential. Don't fear nothing. Step 1, the step of acceptance. You cannot move on until you acknowledge and accept what has happened to you. In this step, we are reminded to allow life to just be. We should not judge it as good or bad. When you take away the heavy emotions of your past, you're better able to accept what happened. Now, this step is just basically you accepting what has happened to you in your past and not judging it, just letting it be a part of your life journey. Because a whole lot of people don't want to go back to the past because of how it made it felt. And they don't want to live those traumas again. But we should not ignore it like it hasn't happened, because that is all a part of your growth. So accept these things that have happened to you and begin to let them go, because just ignoring them doesn't mean letting it go. Important. Step 2, the step of releasing your feelings. To become curious about the strong feelings you experience, you can move on only when you find a way to process the emotional storm you're feeling. Now, this step basically is explaining to you to release those inner feelings that you still have about this. Because a whole lot of people don't realize that you're still being controlled by these past traumas. So after the first step, you accept it, then you release the feelings that you felt towards it. If you need to cry, crying is one of the best things to do. Just purge all those old feelings that you felt about it so you can move on and get past it. Let's move on to step 3. Step 3, the step of melting anger. This walks you through ways to release anger towards your past. It gives you ways to use the power of forgiveness to wash away the anger you carried with you. Now, in this step, it is all about forgiveness, forgiving your past, forgiving that angry version of yourself that still hates your past. If you have something in your past that you get so mad about and you don't want to face, you have to release all that anger and let it just be forgiven so you can work on letting it go. So forgive your past no matter how hard it is. Very important. Step 4, the step of choice. You'll see how much is truly in your control and how you can take charge of the process of letting go. You are not a wind in the storm. You have the power of choice. Use the power of reframing and see your situations differently. Now, this power of choice is big and it's really on you. Basically letting you know that you have the power to control your reality and shape it how you want to be. So if you want to face these old problems, you have that choice. But you also have the choice to just forget about all these steps and keep running away from them. So really take in this power of choice. I love the little quote I put in there when it says, "You are not a wind in the storm." Remember that. You have the power to control the whole storm. A whole lot of people think that they're just caught up in this bad cycle in life. No, you're not a wind in the storm. You can flip and control this whole reality the way you like it. Step 5, the step of learning. You'll see how to turn your past into learning. You'll learn how to find wisdom in your pain. What I have always told people is that the people who are truly them, we don't take L's. We only take lessons. So there's no such thing as losing in this life. We take every L as a lesson to learn from and gain more knowledge about ourselves. So take all these lessons that you have learned in the past that you think are bad things that happen to you and put them in like a cycle so you see how you have grown from it and how you have lived through those experiences. This step of learning is really powerful because you can use those old experiences that you think have torn you down when they've really made you have a better understanding of the life you live and who you truly are. Step 6, the step of connectedness. You'll notice your ego causes trouble between your true self and your false self. You start to realize that if you saw people differently as your ego wants you to see them, you find yourself in conflict. If you apply this to your life, you can put yourself in other people's shoes and let go of the pain faster. Everything is connected. This is something we've been talking about on this channel for the longest. Everything is divinely connected, and that's one thing to help you figure out how to let go of everything and realize that everything has a divine purpose and everything is divinely connected in this life. Also, a beautiful thing I put up in here was that you'll notice your ego causes trouble between your true self and your false self. We are truly spirit light beings in these human vehicle bodies. And your ego thinks that you are this body. So your ego is your spirit's main enemy. And your ego wants you to believe that that you are this false human that you think you are, when really you are the divine spirit that controls it. Your ego never wants you to find this out. So that's why it's so important to lose your ego when you're going through this let go process. So remember that your ego wants to put you in conflict and wants you to be stressed out, wants you to be depressed, because it feeds off of that attention. Don't give in to your ego. Step 7, the step of this moment. I talk about ways to stop living in the past that no longer exists. Instead, bring yourself into the present moment. Peace is what comes with living in the moment. One beautiful thing I learned is that depression lies from you dwelling in the past, and anxiety resides from you focusing too much in the future, while peace resides with you living in the moment. And I see an aquatic animal over here. Is this a crawfish? I'm about to let y'all check this out right quick, bro. Check it out. True Louisiana right there. Yeah, I saw it moving and I was like, what is that in my freaking eyesight? But yes, living in the moment is where we miss so many freaking answers and questions is what I learned. When your mind is filled with so much stuff with how am I going to get through this, how am I going to get through that, instead of focusing on what's right in front of you, you get so many answers when you just put yourself in the moment. Practice meditation. Meditation is for to help you realize how being in the moment feels, and that's how it always feels. So stay up. That was a great step. I love that step. Step 8, the step of going within. You learn the power of doing the inner work necessary to move on. This step helps you drop all outside and get more clarity of who you are. As you get to know yourself better, you'll have a stronger ability to let go of the past and move on. This is a step about going within, and this is what many spiritual teachers preach, is that you'll never find the answers outside of yourself because you already have all the answers inside of you. So if you want to find out truly how to let go of everything, learn how to go within, learn how to master that inner voice, that intuition, because it will never lie to you. Stay up. Step 9, the step of the soul awakening. You'll learn how to remove the mask of the ego and get clearer on yourself. The process of burning all those things you're not, so that you become more of who you are, a spiritual being. This is the step of opening your soul. This is basically what I like to call when you realize who you truly are. Not a human. You're a multi-dimensional being inside yourself. And once you realize that, you truly become so powerful. Because this is a step that many people don't realize in their life. So once you remove that mask of your ego and get closer with yourself, you start throwing out and purging all those things that you thought you were, that false self. It leaves. And you become more and more of your true self as you begin to work on yourself. Very powerful step. Step 10, the step of compassion. You learn how to radiate empathy and compassion for yourself and others. The longer you beat up yourself, the longer you'll remain in the past. The sooner you find out everything is connected and achieve self-love and love for all, the sooner you'll move on. Love is the answer. That's basically what this step is about. And so powerful. Love is the answer to every single thing. Love everything about life. Like I said, the longer you beat yourself up, the longer you will remain in the past. So you'll attract what you put out. The more negativity you bring to yourself, the more negativity. You'll stay up in this endless cycle of negativity. Once you let go of all of that, become more of who you truly are, you begin to see the light in life. Love will come at you from everywhere. Step 11, the step of strength. You will see how to use your weakest and lowest life experience, heartbreaks, and loss to your advantage. This step shows you how to use the power of friendship and inner circle to get through the tough times. This is all about when tough times hit in life, you'll know how to not perceive them as rough times and not go through the struggle. You'll know that you could use this in your advantage, or that it's a message from the universe of how, like, what you're going through life. Like, you'll perceive it as that way instead of like, why is life doing me like this, doing me like that? Like, no, you'll be like, what is the universe trying to teach me? Step of having strength in your mental. And you learn how to use past experience of your weakest and lowest moments. You learn how to learn from them. That's just like the step of learning. Learn from them and grow them. And like, take those losses and apply to yourself to grow more. Also, the power of friendship and having a strong inner circle plays a big part, because the people that you surround yourself with is just a reflection of yourself. So whoever you see yourself with most of the times, that's who you truly are at that moment in time. So stay up on that. Step 12, and the last step but not least, the step of trust. Discover how to trust the process of letting go. This step reminds you that you can get through this, but you'll have to trust yourself in the process. It shows you that others have walked a similar path. It asks you to believe that letting go is possible and to take a leap of faith into a better place. This is where many people are stuck at because of how poorly guided we have been through life. We have no trust in us, not even for ourselves. So this step is basically reminding you to trust your inner self and trust that you could push through this and don't give up on yourself. It's basically just don't give up on yourself. Keep fighting and keep pushing until you see change. And believe. Believe is such a powerful word in this reality. If you truly believe that you could do anything, you could do it. You just have to, it all starts with you. You have to believe it. I hope y'all love this video. I loved making it. Like this content if you're loving it. Like I said, I got 2 podcasts dropping tonight. I'm gonna be talking about one of my old YouTube vids, 1 year anniversary. And I'm gonna be dropping the second part to my life of Todd, starting with my childhood. So let's get it. We up. Hope y'all having a great day. I'm out. Peace.